Hello and welcome back to coverage of the 2025 World Championships, one of the biggest and most prestigious events, if not the biggest and the most prestigious. It very well could be. This is FPO Round 1 Back 9 second feature card coverage. MDG will be covering the chase cards here throughout the week. I'm Connor Wood, and with me, Mr. Andrew Gum.
Great to be here with you all. This is definitely the one that counts the most, the one everybody wants, that world title. This is what they all play for, what they all dream of. And we're here living the dream ourselves, getting to be up close and personal with it all and to bring you this coverage. Super quality event. The courses are just pristine. Stage is set, and we're off to the races.
And the front nine is in. We see a roller coaster for our feature cards so far. A lot of damage to the scorecards. Nobody has yet snuck their way under par, but in the field, some solid scores are being posted. We are seeing a great mix of players up near the top, and as we close out this back nine, we will bring you news on our lead and chase cards moving forwards. But let's continue right now onto hole 10. This par 4 sits at 200 meters. You have a slightly elevated shot off the tee box in the lower left frame out into the open field. You have an artificial OB line marking the left side of the fairway. As it then slowly bends around the left after narrowing, you continue to fight through this OB tunnel, both left and right. Coming into this green, you have a series of obstacles, hay bales, trees, and of course, again, the OB on all sides. This hole can most certainly, for the right-handed player, be played with 2 clean hyzers. The first one, you can bite off a bit more distance given the soft downhill. We kick it off with Kristin.
Yeah, they brought the OB in on the left side, tightened the corner up a bit. That one blows long on the right side deep. You don't see that too often. That's a pretty big rip. It's a shorter tee pad this year for the FPO.
Missy, more conservative here on the height, and I like the adjustment. This is coming into the ground. Anywhere near that sort of dry grass area is a solid landing zone to try and skip from. Go now to Holyn. This one in comparison, too low. That will not be enough progress to have birdie in play. And par can be a little bit treacherous when you try to shortcut the corner from early. Likely a super spiked one-angle hyzer. Sofia now.
Yeah, it's a pretty skinny fairway once you turn the corner. You know, you got the fence line left OB, and you got some hay bales there that'll save you on the green. But before the hay bales come in, the rollaways on the left sloping hillside can definitely cost you.
Holyn light on her feet. Tries to cut the corner here. Needs to control the distance and fade very well. And she's done it nicely. Inbounds around the bend. She's looking at a fairly manageable upshot. We go to Missy now. Having a more straight look from an ideal landing zone, but this is bleeding out very early left. The fence provides some alleviation. Brings her back into the fairway.
Sofia hanging it on the right side. Looks like it's got the stability to come back nicely, and it does, right on point.
An amazing upshot there that is more than likely going to net Sofia her first birdie of the round. If you joined us in the front nine, she's coming into this hole with 6 bogeys in a row. That a great bounce back for her to gain some confidence and to chip away at those bogeys. We go now to Kristin after the OB long, her second throw, but third stroke. Would like to get within putting range, try and save the par. That is within putting range, but a dangerous one at that, looking downhill. This is a slightly exposed green in terms of wind. You obviously have a few trees there, but you can bring that downhill putt a little bit more complexity if there is any wind. Holyn.
Too wide. Couldn't bring it back in time. Big mistake there. That putt, just a little bit left. Gets a little roll. She'll have some work back up the hill.
Kristin for her birdie, par save rather. And that one. Simply laid up. She measures the danger. Doesn't want any piece of that. Holyn to save the single bogey now from circle 2. She stabs it in, walks it down. The 5 is ultimately secured there. Very solid putt at a critical moment, Andrew.
That was. She's been really clutch on those putts. Saw her coming down the stretch in Crook Hole. Saw her bank some in Estonia as well. Very good long-range putter for sure, and short range. Not afraid. Good par there. Or was it?
That is her first birdie.
Yeah, exactly. And Kristin took the bogey. Well, moving on, hole 11, 101 meters. Really, like, feels like quite a rip to get it all the way there. You got these guardian trees with a little pond. Another iconic hole where we've seen so many cool things over the past, I believe Ella Hansen aced it during the President's Cup last year. But if you got the power, you can go wide around this tree where we're seeing the drone go. Most often you'll see players cut through the gap there where the pond is, but then it's dangerous. If you don't have enough power, you can end up in the OB. And here you see the green. OB just outside the circle, all along that left side and behind, and even on the right side as well. I guess the mistake you can't make is to try to swing it around wide and leave it OB and have to take it all the way back, try to save the par, or the bogey, I mean, from back deep. So I guess there's a few ways to play it, but it can be a dangerous one.
This is the most traditional looking shot, a straight shot that has a strong finish to the left. She hits the gap nearly perfectly, caught up a little bit on the straight, but a very well executed shot there for Sofia, potentially stringing together now multiple birdies after multiple bogeys. Missy as well. This one a little bit more hyzer and a little bit wider. It has the pace, though, just over the string.
That's the clean line. Sofia got a little bit lucky to sneak through the birch trees, the birch leaves there, I believe, but still, I mean, it was a good shot. That was pure, no doubt about that one.
The read available for Kristin now. This also is looking really nice. Hits the gap purely and
ace run.
Is running it. Goes a little bit long as a result, but that's what happens when you give it an ace run. Very nice shot. We've seen 3 great executions. Holyn could complete. Pretty solid spread of drives.
That's a great shot as well, right there inside the circle. Paige Pierce did something special on this one as well during our triples round, where the ladies were trying to shoot a perfect round in triples. Make sure you go check out that action. Super great content.
Kristin for the birdie has been struggling from C1 earlier this round.
No.
She was early left on a lot of her previous putts. Now making the adjustment ended to the right. Go to 3 other birdie putts now.
Yeah, the struggles continuing here on the back 9 for Kristin. As you mentioned, like been straddle putter for so many years now. Stagger stance there, gets it in. That putt looked fine. I guess just doing anything she can to get the fields back on the green.
And Sofia nets herself 2 in a row now. Really well done after her slow start, looking to fight back.
Yeah, great to see her back in good form after that string of bogeys at the end of the front 9. She's bounced back strong here on the back. This is the first of a couple of long traverses between holes where you gotta head over to this stretch of really nice par 4s, starting out on 12. Par 4, 600 feet, 183 meters. Really tough tee shot. Shapes up nice for a righty backhand roller if you got that, or if you got a super power forehand shot that you can hit gaps with and try to break up to the right side, which will in some ways open up the angle into the green. Very low ceiling, very high floor. Very unique shot here, and very tough one to get everything right, to get yourself up here for a look. And then you got to be careful as it does roll away a little bit on the left side there into some thick bush. And it's pretty well guarded if you're like short right as well. That tree's pretty low lying and can obstruct you. So try to navigate your way up there. And if you can get a chance at birdie, you're very happy on this one. Par is totally fine.
Sofia on the box opts for the high anhyzer, plays it really nicely. Solid progress. She uses all of the width available to her. This tee shot, and really pretty much up until you get until the green, you're battling the rising floor, the low ceiling, the severe right to left slope. It's so easy to have your disc slip away from your intended line a little bit. Two very good executions there, though. Missy as well, not quite as much distance, but with a more conservative height that is, I think, intended.
Yeah, you see a ton of like shots like that aren't meant to roll, cut roll out on the left side. Sofia crafted a beautiful backhand line. That's a really nice shot there. Forehand definitely plays if you got it. You know, you can kind of skip it up the hill a little bit. Shapes up nice for that left to right movement.
We know Kristin has the forehand. That one isn't the most distance, but it does get through an end to the right. Both of those are great qualities of a good drive here. We go first to Missy. She has a long way under the low ceiling. It's really tough to get the required distance from there. That is effectively just a par play. Kristin as well, very far back, will need a huge pump with the perfect height, perfect finish, and that's why you see her contend with the ceiling to try and bite off as much as possible. That circle too, Andrew, I think potentially just outside. It's a long look, no doubt. Without that initial leaf, could have gotten a few more meters.
Yep, still a chance there if she wants it. Highlight putt would be great to get things moving in the right direction. This one doesn't have the stability to fade out hard and skip. Not a ton, but it's up there. Probably just outside C2.
Holyn clips a branch, and I think considering that a very fortunate result, that could have been a lot more left, that could have been a lot less progress. Ultimately, that's still an awkward look for her. We go to Missy, her third now. Plays it to the right, uses the ground play. Great speed control.
Yeah, solid approach. Yeah, Sofia, long range. Gives it a chance. Hope it didn't get too squirrely in the end there.
And that green can play very quick. That left side, I feel like even with shots like that came out, anhyzer with the flex can quickly filter down there, just like Kristin's as well, but the legs of the basket keeping her nice and slow. Sticks it. We go to Holyn from the bush, stabs out a stepper, but just doesn't have the commitment to the initial height or speed. Fortunate for Sofia here, very reasonable. She has the open swing. She's in the circle.
Yeah, there you can see just how close that drop off and that tree are to the bullseye ring. It's right on it. So if you're just a few meters from the basket left side, you can be in trouble. Sofia making good. Missy in. No sweat. See a gentle breeze there in the background, which is actually kind of relieving after the storm and the, you know, it's been hot, so it cooled off a little bit this morning, but it's starting to heat back up again as these players move towards the back nine, or through the back nine, should I say. The temperatures were starting to warm up, and then the humidity was picking up too because of the moisture, so.
Hey guys, quick break. We just dropped our brand new 2025 MDG Media Tour clothing collection, which is now available on our online shop. You will find fresh apparel and a full lineup of discs. If you like what we do, if you want to support the project, this is the best way. See you on the website and enjoy the video.
We move on to par 4, 187 meters, hole 13. Has this first gap to hit. You want to hit the width between these trees. Similarly to the last hole, you also have the rising floor and the low ceiling of the branches. If you can break out anywhere into this flat area near these beautiful red-leafed trees, this open field will offer you 2 entrances into this well-guarded green. This beautiful tree here offering you, I guess technically 3 entrances, left, right, or between the Y counts as a third one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite putts in the game.
And shaping for a lot of people like a long, piercing straight shot into a big hyzer. Try to swing yourself into the green and settle before that slope long catches you quick. Sofia has played very cleanly, -2 through the last 3.
Yeah, I love everything about this hole. It's such a fun one.
And a great shot there by Sofia. Manages the height. She's in the high grass, but that is still well in position to birdie. She can just throw a hyzer from there.
That's the promised land. That's what you're looking through the gap to see over there into that meadow. That kicks hard to the left, and that's what you don't want. Down in the dungeon by the river, it's swampy. It's hard to get out from there. This is a very satisfying feeling to hit this gap and progress up there. If you can turn the corner a little bit to the left, then good. If not, still possible. That's a little bit on the left side. Might be tough over there. Hard to tell.
I like the forehand here, both for managing the height and ending through the gap. That's a nice shot as well. Hopefully she has enough room to walk up, but moving right opens up the entrance to the green on that hyzer backhand for the right-handed player, so it's a bit of a preference to end to the right. Missy forced to simply lay up, and that's interesting because this shot is still a lot of distance into the green. She didn't try to bite off more distance. I think she maybe could have tried, but now opting to take the direct line between the trees.
Yeah.
A little bit too low, too little, too late, I think, to save the par at that point.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe just trying to secure that bogey, but she didn't get a ton on that third shot either. That's brilliant coming in right side, getting herself a look.
Kristin has only had 1 birdie so far on hole 8, looking to find her second now on 13 with that upshot. We proceed to the woods. The scramble shot here is, I think, continuing to be slightly off the fairway. Holyn just trying to get as much progress. We go to Sofia here. She's tight on the left. She'll need to throw a steep hyzer angle to get around these trees and then quickly move leftwards. We see that, opting for the right entrance of the tree. Beautiful upshot. Fantastic stuff. She is looking for yet another birdie with that putt.
Very well done. Here we are. Forehand. Wasn't in too bad of a spot, and with her skills, she can try to fight in there, but the tree rejects her. Edge of circle still with an open look. I think this is one of the best guardian trees in disc golf as well. It's just big, nice, and as you said, you can pick your way around it or even through that Y. So it's just a fun one to play with. That's a little bit deep, right side. Makeable, but not easy.
Big putt towards the drop-off for Holyn now. Circle 2. What a camera angle. We see the delivery. She finds the chains there. Does save the par after a very difficult journey to get to that putt. That's the second huge putt she's made to save her par now.
We've had so many highlight putts from her over the last few weeks. It's really great to have her on coverage here.
Missy inversely coming back up the hill, and the height gets the better of her on that one. It's just a little bit low. Kristin for another birdie here would go a long way for Circle 1 confidence.
Yes, very good. Very good to see that. Like that range, we used to feel like that was pretty much like a tap in for her, but lately she's shown those struggles, so it's nice to see that clean connection like what we're used to seeing, the straddle putt, aimed in the heart. Even with the drop off behind, no fear, just getting the job done. Everybody else tapping in.
Hole 13, very fun, very attackable, of course with its dangers, but if you're clean off the tee, the rest is often smooth sailing.
And now another long walk to get to yourself to hole 14, a par 320 meters or 394 feet. Different basket placement this year. Used to be straight ahead of you or slightly to the right. Now it's on the left, blind tee shot, downhill over this little creek valley. A lot of stuff there on the left to beat, a couple things on the right to beat. And then you got to break right to left this year to get yourself up to the green here. Pretty tricky one, I would say, particularly for the field. But being a little bit downhill is reachable if you do everything right. See the finger there. Coolest gear in the game, and they're doing the official merchandise, so be sure to get on site and get those exclusive drops while you can.
This shot sneaks through for Sofia. She had that very early left. It's really thick over there, and an incredibly fortunate outcome to fight through to an open look.
Yeah, that was great.
Kristin, if she's lucky, can find the same fate, but it's so uncommon. There's so few gaps there.
It's pretty thick.
I was kind of shocked to see Sofia get so much flight with the early left. Kristin's is more commonly what we see from that side.
You don't see it too often. This is a pretty good shot for last year's basket. This year it's a little bit kind of deep, you know, just outside of C2, really.
Missy opting for more of a hyzer flip compared to the flex line of the others. She hugs the right side. She punches through. She fades left. She will be deep C2 for her birdie putt, a range that we've seen her get very aggressive from. Kristin here down in the trenches. But a great upshot, all things considered. We could see how awkward that angle was, and great result there.
Super scramble. Yeah. That was a tight spot. It's not easy down there at all.
Holyn's bid from deep, outside circle 2 even, I believe. Maybe at the edge. We go to Sofia, a similar range, deep C2.
She showed some range for sure. Oh, that one just a little shy.
See if Missy can connect for the birdie, and she does here on 14.
Sick putt. A little bit uphill. Well-earned slow-mo here. Let's see it from the catch. She's taking her deep breath and firing away. That's a big money putt right there. Boom in the heart. Gotta love it. Great camera work, great execution. Nice disc golf moment there here on MDG. For Missy G.
A great scramble for Kristin after the dangers of her tee shot is able to secure the par. And we'll see the same for Sofia and Holyn. Missy walking away with a stroke on her card.
So our players are heating up. You know, the front nine was kind of slow, I would say, for everybody, for their expectations. Back nine, trying to find that rhythm. Trying to get back to where they belong.
And this hole might help them do that. They have an opportunity to get a below par score here, hole 15, a downhill 145-meter par 4. You have OB lining the left and the right after the initial layup zone, as well as a river OB dividing the fairway to the green. Players have a choice to make. Do they want to lay up before the OB river or try to get aggressive, try to pump one to the island in one throw? It is 145 meters, but being significantly downhill, it's much more about managing your flip, your fade, and your nose angle. It probably plays like 115, 120 in power. It's still a big throw. It's not quite 145. Let's see what sort of aggression our players show here. For Missy, a clean layup right down the pipe.
Yeah, you just want to stick to your game plan here on this one. You know, you've had some practice rounds in. You know, if it's high enough percentage for you to try to cross over there and
this is not a layup, eagle. Andrew. This is pumped. She's pushing the width. It's exactly what you want to see. The late fade.
Goodness, it's a cross.
She has stuck the green in one and looking at an eagle putt from C1.
So good to see that. Risk reward paid off. Sofia, Kristin going at it too. Can it get down in time? Just leaks OB left. She did cross in up there. If it's any consolation, she'll have a birdie putt from deep. I like that camera angle. You see the disc whizzing over our heads. You can feel it. And she's safe over there on the right side. Short of the island, I believe.
Holyn, little chip forehand here. And a lot of height on that. May have been running it. I think she called for it to sit down. Likely wasn't, but the trajectory was good for a chance there.
Definitely scaring it.
Missy has the straight open look. She just goes for the backhand putter. Clean stock shot for her.
Nicely
well
done.
executed, right into bullseye. It's nice on these elevated pins to give yourself a little bit of leniency, have a short putt, particularly after an approach, and Kristin will have the very same for her par.
Oh. Holyn hits the nubs. Eagle putt here from Sofia.
And she's in.
Got it.
The Eagle 2 here on 15, already found on MDG Media by none other than Sofia Donnecke. Amazing stuff there.
Huge eagle. Any other ones, I wonder? It's definitely gettable. You know, a lot of the players do have the power to attack it, but it's hard to control the disc all the way there in the late flight downhill like that. Not really much wind at all today, which is good. And the practice rounds were pretty good conditions as well. So
hopefully we can avoid some storms. There's on and off lightning and rain here in Nokia and Tampere. It comes through quick, it goes quick. Players need to adapt.
We are here. We are one. We will fight. We will fall. We will prevail. From the fjords of Norway to the shores of Spain, from the fire of Iceland to the hope of Ukraine, 30 countries, one voice. Go Europe.
moving on to hole 16, the notorious island hole here. You want to fire it off from the tee, move it right to left a little bit if you can. Get it up past that road is usually an indication of a pretty good tee shot. The further the better, as long as you got a decent position to give yourself a chance to kind of attack this small island green that you see here with the hay bales. It's on a bit of a slope downward, so you know you can, I guess, try to crash it in with the forehand or backhand, whatever you're feeling, whatever you can trust the most. Try to land it soft. We've seen it really ruin people's rounds and events in the past. It's one that can abuse you if you're not careful. You just want to make sure you get in there safe.
It is certainly known, this whole infamous throughout Europe for blowing up rounds, blowing up tournament finishes. Situated at 16, you've played the majority of your round. You have 3 holes left to go. It's been a long day. The weather is hot. There's a lot of factors here that can contribute to a lot of potentially high scores on this hole throughout the fields, MPO and FPO. We see some conservative drives there. Playing as a par 5, they can continue to chip up away up the fairway if they don't choose to cross.
Yeah, and I think that's smart, you know, and this early in the event, you can't really like win it first round, but you can definitely lose it on this hole particularly. So, you know, if you're out of position in any way, just chip up, get yourself a better look at the island. Don't try to do anything too super heroic early in the event. None of these are brilliant tee shots really in order to attack the island. So we might see just that, some layups to a more amicable part of the fairway where you can approach with a little more confidence. And
I would agree. Distance from here to the island is pretty immense still. Kristin has an early release there that leaves her OB.
Surprising unforced error there. She was trying to lay it up, but left it a little bit too tight on the left side. Not sure where she was even in bounds last on that. We'll see where they give her on the spot, but
it's a pretty straight shot, but we had the fortune of being right behind her with the camera angle. We see Holyn as well flirt with the left side. The reason that you sometimes see that is because obviously the island is to the left. The closer you are to the left OB, the less distance you have to carry, so on and so forth. But of course, especially if you're going for the layup, you shouldn't need to bring... A layup should never bring OB into play for the ideal shot.
And she does it on the right side.
We're seeing it all over. We haven't even tried to cross to the island yet, Andrew, and hole 16 is full of additional strokes and dangers.
She makes the same mistake as Kristin. What are we seeing here? I'm shocked, honestly. Like those are pretty routine layups. Now they've been fluffed 3 times in a row, like 2 on the left and 1 on the right. There's no wind out here. This is like a collective meltdown.
I think we're seeing the psychological impact of a scary, scary hole. Like I said earlier, they've played a lot of golf. They're 3 hours into a round here. Missy now looking to cross to the island, does not.
Oh no.
So as I believe you mentioned in the breakdown, Andrew, she will throw again from that lie
Here it
until
is.
she sticks
Oh,
the island.
Come on. This can really get out of hand quickly. And that skips long. That was right on line at the basket.
That one looked great. She'll have to control the speed a little bit better, though. Perhaps spike it in more from high to low. That one lands in and also skips out. Missy
Yeah.
just going to repeatedly throw here until she sticks the island. With every shot, as a player at this point, you're getting more and more flustered. You're running out of appropriate discs to make this shot. Your
Yeah.
bag is thinning out.
Oh.
She misses another one long, and now the smile is gone. The realization has set in. She's running out of discs that she would like to throw here. Nobody has 6 of the same slot in their bag for a tournament round.
Now she lays it up, trying to give herself a more simple approach in, but still, it's not easy.
Sofia as well, unable to cross to the island green. I think Kristin will learn from these lessons. Give it a one angle, nice overstable shot, control the speed, and she has stuck the island. Our
Well
feature card has officially now made one over this dangerous river.
Oh my gosh.
Sofia now, her second attempt.
And that's fading out, right? Never really had a chance. I mean,
Oh, and she's
Kinda
going this
speechless.
quickly, Andrew. We just go right to the next one, and that looks much
that's
better.
perfect. No problem.
Wow, these shots come out so quick. The numbers add up so quickly. It's just a rapid
Yeah,
escalation of
I believe Sofia's putting for a 9.
problems.
I think Missy a 13. Or if, I mean, well, she has to cross over still. I mean, these numbers, yeah, they get out of hand quick. She missed that island.
A really important shot here for the mental composure, for the score.
Get up.
That one is
Okay.
finally
Okay.
on the island for Missy Gannon. She can take a breath. This hole's not over yet,
She
but
put
the
it
hard
close.
work has
That's-
been done.
Yeah, that's a huge relief. Sad sight. Kristin misses a short putt.
Absolute tragedy here on 16 for our second feature card.
This is a rough one. A tough.
Sofia putting that one 4-9. Kristin and Holyn most likely looking at bogeys. For Missy, that is a 14 here on hole 6.
10.
9 strokes over par.
9 strokes over par as a par 5. Oh my.
This is a very controversial hole for that reason. It's polarizing. It can be potentially upsetting, but ultimately, these are the best players in the world playing at the highest level. They will be challenged. We move on to 17. A downhill par 3 playing at 110 meters. You have OB lining the entire peninsula. The most common one found is that left side due to the severe right to left sloping shot. It is downhill, so it plays a little bit less than 110. The forehand plays most friendly to mitigate the dangers of the slope. The backhand turnover is possible. It's just very easy to fade or cut roll and find that OB. As a
Yeah.
result, most players, even Kristin, who's comfortable on the forehand, opting for the backhand hyzer,
This looks
plays the
great.
width, is going to use the slope to move left.
Oh, you gotta love that. Look at that. Just checking up nice on that steep sloping hillside, like you said. That's tough to do. That's great touch on the backhand. Holyn showing the forehand line. She's got the power for it. Skipping it up, and it curls. Can it stay put? I think it is going to curl up nicely, yes. Whew, scary, but really great tee shot there. And yeah, 16 can be a tough pill to swallow for sure, or it can be a glorious moment of triumph. Either way, you don't have a whole lot of time to soak it in. You got to head right on to this next tough hole and this stadium effect.
16, 17, 18 are potentially brutal holes. If you're not in the fairway, they can really punish you. And we see exactly that from Sofia there, bleeding out to the left. We
Yeah.
go to Missy now. Let's see if she can bounce back after a brutal hole 16. She holds her head high. She delivers a fantastic tee shot to about 5 meters, no more, looking at the pin. really well executed in a moment where it would be very easy for her to be flustered, to lose focus.
She's a true professional, super positive individual. I mean, hate to see that happen to anybody, but she's somebody who can handle it with dignity for sure.
Nicely done by Holyn, secures her birdie as well.
Wow. That's a good get.
Kristin, birdie of her own. And that, again, unable to convert her birdie look from C1. We'll leave her with a tap-in par. Missy for the bounce back 2, and that is in. We love to see it. I'm sure she was happy.
Yes, huge bounce back. Very important for the pride and just to get moving back in the right direction. I mean, that's a huge number to take. We're still early on in the event. It's really...
And it can happen to anyone, Andrew. We've seen the best players in the world repeatedly get huge scores on 16. If it's happened to you, it can happen to someone else.
Yeah, it can be humiliating for sure. Hole 18, one of the best finishing holes I could imagine, really, in disc golf. You got, you know, a lot of OB here to contend with. You want to just put it in the fairway, first of all. You know, you got huge crowds lined up all along what you're seeing on the left and right. Now they got these structures built up for the VIPs and for the media. And then you have that, you know, video game like stage set up there with the scoreboard. It's so cool. You're climbing all the way up the hill on the approach. You know, you got that OB cinched up nice and tight for the World Championships here. You got to be really accurate. Tons of score separation. Huge crowds. Watch this finishing hole, and yeah, it can be a doozy, or it can be, you know, also, yeah, a nice little crowning moment there up on the green come Championship Sunday if you keep it all together here at the Beast and Monster.
This is another hole that is fairly short for par 5, so being in the fairway is really all you need. Chip away at the distance. Don't take any additional strokes. We see a good shot by Holyn there. He's likely going to be shortcutting the corner. She has faded a little bit early right, but that is a common and often intentional landing zone. Missy will need to hang on here.
Sit tight. Yep, that's fine. Being a par 5, it doesn't really matter, you know, where you're at, as long as you move forward and stay in bounds. You can still birdie it.
I like the forehand a lot here. Kristin doing the same. This one's a little bit higher, not as forwards pushing, but as long as it can sit down just fine. Like that, it is absolutely fine. These fairways are big and generous enough that you can make a small imperfection to your shot and still be in bounds. You don't need a completely super accurate shot, let's say. They might look like they come into play, and they certainly can, but you can see here the sort of landing zones are 20 meters in width roughly throughout the entire fairway. Missy crossing, really nicely done there.
So many memorable moments here on this hole, on this course in general, as we see Kristin stay just in bounds on the left side.
A hole with a lot of history, a lot of legacy. Holyn as well. I like the height and angle on this. Really safe throughout the entire flight, much like Missy's center cut. Both of them reasonable and manageable looks into the green. Sofia now. If she can put this in bounds with good progress, we will be looking at some... Wow, that's a big shot by Sofia there. That one really pumped. She bit off a lot more than the others. And she'll have a long eagle putt if she wants it, or just a simple layup tap-in birdie. We go to Missy, the longest approach here. This is about 50 or 60 meters in feeling. She's probably about 40 from the pin uphill.
Nice approach to this elevated basket, putting it right in the bullseye.
Kristin to do the same, and we could potentially be looking at a star frame here. This comes in hot. It's a little high.
Gotta be careful.
But she'll be on the friendly side of that tree. We'll have an open putting stroke. Let's see if Sofia wants this eagle 3 or if she wants it, Andrew. She wants another one and just shy. Imagine two eagles in the same round.
Oh, nearly had it. Hit the front rim. Good putt there to finish. Super solid. Having to get down there with that spruce tree. They can really be in your business. They're so low hanging and grabby. She was on the front side of it, like you said, but did have to get down, and putting up to an elevated basket, that's not as easy as she made it look. So showing some grit there. Wasn't her best round, and she hasn't been feeling totally herself lately, but still putting in pretty good scores here and staying in the mix.
No doubt, and just like that, the first round of the tournament is there. Some great birdies for our feature card on 18, ending it strong. And we go to the standings here. We see even, +3, +5, and +10 for our card. We see Henna Blomroos leading the field at 6 under. Kat Merch, Rachel Turton, Ida Donnecke at 4 under. Owen Scoggin Silva at 3 under. And the names roll on Andrew. These truly are the best in the world competing this weekend.
Yeah, great to see a couple Finns up there in the top. Kat Merch had a great round. Everybody out there playing their hearts out and trying to put themselves in good position for a World Championship victory. Not some of the names we thought we'd see quite up at the top. Rachel Turton also doing super well, so a lot of countries represented. Really exciting start to the event. I mean, everything is incredible here. They've done so well to put on this huge stage for our players to play, and I'm really enjoying the coverage so far. I hope you are as well.
And if you are enjoying it, like, comment, subscribe, join us as a YouTube member for that exclusive content and to support European disc golf coverage, and join us for round 2.